Welcome back to the American Dream, beautiful Houston, Texas. We have a favorite show partner coming on with us right now, Angie Keck with Angelina Keck Properties. Great to have you a part of the show again. Welcome.
Hi, Amy. Thank you.
Hi there. Great Houston time out there in the market, I bet, isn't it?
It is. It's a beautiful time of year, and the market is great. Lots of good things coming on. We actually have negative inventory, which is kind of a fun thing to have. Yeah, so we have multiple offers on listings. We have listings selling for over list price. Last time I was on, I told y'all that we might be having a bubble in some markets, and we are having a bubble in some markets. We're really seeing a lot of action in the 350 to 750 market. So great time in Houston. It's beautiful, and we deserve it.
Wow, I'm glad that you're actually really paying attention to that and keeping your clients informed and our viewers informed on what's going on in that region. Tell me specifically about the Spring Branch and Memorial market right now as well.
Okay, so I do a lot in the Spring Branch Memorial area, and this is actually my good friend, Steve Smith. He's the Director of Public Works for the city of Bunker Hill. He is feared and revered by many a builder or contractor in the villages. So just thank you for coming on, and he's going to talk about construction and a little bit of history about Bunker Hill. So actually, before I get into the market, Steve is going to actually tell us a little bit about how did you become the Director of Public Works?
Well, I was previously the general manager of a little development near Houston called Kingwood, Texas, and managed all of those utilities there. And when there was an opening here at Bunker Hill, I was contacted and asked to come interview. And it's kind of an interesting story because I interviewed with the mayor and city council member, and they basically said, look, coming from an area like Kingwood, you're probably going to come to Bunker Hill and sleep half the day because nothing ever happens here. And I tease the staff all the time that I'm still waiting for that day.
I know.
It's not happening because there's more work and activity in Bunker Hill than there ever could be in Kingwood. So it's a pretty exciting place to work.
Awesome, awesome. Well, and so what's kind of the difference between, for our viewers that don't know, what's the difference between Bunker Hill and the city of Houston?
Good question. I tell you what's interesting about Bunker Hill is that a lot of people don't realize that we're the population center of the Houston area. And so there are as many people north, south, east, and west of us as there is anywhere else. And so we're right in the heart of Houston. And so for that reason, there's a lot of folks that want to come to Bunker Hill and live. And so you can see that in our property values and how the homes are selling and the demand that you just talked about. And so we really like the activity that we see in Bunker Hill. Not only that, we're seeing just kind of a change in the attitude of residents in Bunker Hill. You know, we're wanting to see those more active things happening. And for example, we've started a whole new program of doing arbor walks totally throughout the city.
Love it.
So that people can come and walk and be in the middle of the trees and walk their dogs and really have a good time out in the beautiful weather that we've been having here.
Yeah.
So many people love that though, and they love doing those walks and being more involved and outdoors in their community. And some of them as well might be looking at building a home in Bunker Hill. What would you advise? What do people need to be prepared for if they want to build a home, and what kind of permits they would need for that?
You know, that's an excellent question, and we've been trying to get the word out. The best thing that someone can do is come see me, because we can do what we call a pre-development meeting with anyone that wants to walk through the front door of City Hall and go through all of the building requirements and what to expect and potential pitfalls that they may fall in if they make the wrong decision. And so we really want to educate the people who are coming to the city so that they can make those wise decisions.
Okay, yeah, and it's really easy to make an appointment with him. You can email him or you can call the City Hall and they'll set up an appointment. So that works out really easily. Or you can have your realtor call. Okay, so Steve, tell us a little bit about the history of Bunker Hill. You told me something off stage that I am floored by, so get this.
Okay, so the common understanding of how Bunker Hill got its name is that it's named after the Revolutionary Battle of Bunker Hill, but that's not exactly true.
That's crazy.
There was actually a gentleman whose last name was Bunker, and in the early days of of the last century, and he actually had a large tract of land that had a road going through it. And so the road was named Bunker Road. And then later on, it was changed to Bunker Hill Road. He was a German immigrant and didn't really like, maybe around the Second World War, some of the implications of him being of German ancestry.
Right.
And so he attached the name Bunker Hill to the road.
Okay.
And then the city was named after that.
I just love it. I love that you've brought Steve in here as such a great resource. And for Houston to see that they have access to him, especially everybody there in Bunker Hill, to see that they can reach out, they can get questions answered. A lot of communities don't offer such a wonderful resource. And I love, Angie, that you've brought him here to show how personal and community minded that you are all there in Houston. And I know that you have a listing right now that you would like to share with us and tell us about that's in that area.
Right, Amy. So I sell a lot of homes in the Spring Branch Memorial area, and this listing is in what's called Spring Branch. It's actually north of I-10. It is in the Spring Branch ISD school district, and it's zoned to Memorial High School, which is one of the top high schools in the state. It's 1302 Antoine, and it is a 3-story single-family home. Now, the thing about this is it is not a townhome, it is not a condo, it is not attached by a roof or a garage or a wall or anything. This is a single-family freestanding home, and it is awesome. It's in a gated community. It's really close to I-10, but not too close, and you can get to the Galleria and downtown in just minutes. And what's great about this home is that it is beautiful, and the floor plan is large and open. And the really cool thing about this house is the owner spent about $50,000 putting in an authentic Argentine grill. So if you love to entertain or grill or just love smoked meats, then this is the place for you. So definitely take a look at it online and have me or your agent set up an appointment to see it.
Oh, Angie, that sounds amazing. They'd be the hit of the block, barbecues for everyone, start the block party, and make new friends. I love it. Thank you for being a part of the show today and for bringing Steve on. Such great information and wonderful resource there for you and your community. And we look forward to having you back on again next time on The American Dream.
Thanks, Amy.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. We'll be back with more of The American Dream.